I'm Nick for treestuff.com. We have the whole gang here. Hi, Kale. Hi, Sarah, Chad, Lance, Rob, Sophia. How is everyone?
Doing fantastic.
Doing great.
Great.
Living the dream.
14 thumbs up, it looked like, from the group. So we're here to discuss Treetopia. Sarah, we're going to be in Vallejo, California, July 29th and 30th, as you know. And we're going to be hosting the largest and coolest tree event of the year. Is that right?
That's correct.
Do you want to embellish it a little more or tell us what your take on Treetopia is?
Since the East Coast always gets all the big events, you know, the TCIA, the Arbor Fest, the Jambo, you guys have everything. We never get stuff out here on the West Coast. And so a lot of our people, we can't really afford to send everyone over there. So we decided to partner with you guys since we have thrown very successful parties in the past.
That's right.
And try to, and do something out here. And we started planning, I think, a few years ago. We were supposed to have it. COVID happened. We had to postpone it. So we picked it back up this year. And, we want to make it just a full fun family time all around. So it's not just classes. There's going to be, it's a festival style event with games, jump houses, entertainment, food, after party, competitions. Bring your kids, bring your wife, maybe not your dogs because we don't want any dog fights, but we could turn that into a competition or not. It's been exciting planning all this stuff. We have a lot in store, and we actually decided, why not open it up with an opening ceremony of, the national anthem, chainsaw salute.
And that's part of why we're here today is we're going to have some live auditions for our national anthem singers. Before we jump into what we're actually doing, I guess we should tell people. So this is a planning meeting. We've been having these meetings every other week now for a while with this group. And we're here to just kind of talk through some of our agenda items as well as the auditions. Can we have everyone else introduce themselves? We can start with Kale.
All right. I am Kale Royer. I am the Tree Stuff other guy. It's not Nick. So I do pretty much everything that he doesn't do.
Which is most of the stuff. Great. Lance?
I am Lance. I'm with A+, and I do lots of things for A+. We wear lots of hats, so just having a great time over here and super excited about this event. So that's what I do.
Yeah,
one of your roles is sustainability, right, Lance?
Yes, so sustainability, fleet, asset management, you name it, licensing, all kinds of other stuff, support functions for lots of stuff with operations and sales. Anyway, just try to have a great time.
That's great. Rob?
Rob Howell with A+ Tree. I'm a regional vice president. I run a lot of the general tree care on the West Coast.
Wow.
Big guy.
Short and sweet.
Regional vice president. He's a hell of a climber, too, I'll have you know.
Yeah. One of our best.
And with Chad kind of cresting, maybe, I mean, look, age gets the best out of all of us. Chad, go ahead, introduce yourself for us, for the group.
Thank you, Nick. I'm very well aged, apparently. I'm Chad Broad with A+ Tree. I've been in the industry for a long time. I mean, I'm all about trees, all about climbing. I've won Jambo before. I was actually the Jambo King once upon a time, gold helmet and everything. So this event of Treetopia is going to just be epic. Looking forward to it. And this is our audition. This is where we're going to find out who is going to be who of our national anthem at our opening ceremony. So I'm really looking forward to this.
And we're going to give people in the audience today a chance to vote on who we should pick. And they're going to be coming on soon. Sophia, you're one of the newest team members. Can you introduce yourself real quick?
Yeah, hi, everyone. I'm Sophia, the marketing and education leader at A+. So you'll see me on Facebook, and I do some educational training stuff.
That's great. And Sarah, I noticed your lack of PPE underneath the climber, which normally wouldn't bother me, but is there also another team member there with you?
The little baby here. He's sleeping.
Oh. Zoom just cut his head off, but that's okay.
Yeah, he doesn't have a helmet on, and neither do I. I really need to get on that.
Well, luckily the climber above you isn't real. So I do want to update everybody on ticket sales. They're booming. We've sold several hundred multi-day passes, and everything that we know about event sales tells us that we're going to see a big uptick towards the end. And we may sell out of full access passes. And I think it's a foregone conclusion that we're going to sell out of camping. So Lance, I know you secured the new site. We got the good one, the one that we wanted. But there is a limited.
One of our players.
Hello.
Hi. Hi. I'm
Hi.
Kat. I was
Hi,
here
Kat,
to
how
help.
are you?
I'm good. You?
Pretty good. So we had not decided on the format for the audition yet. Sarah, what do you want to do? Why don't we just let you take executive privilege and kind of decide?
I mean, well, it's kind of a group decision. The national anthem is a pretty hard song to sing. So should we just start with like the first 30 seconds, or is it or do you want to sing your own song and showcase your voice and we just go from that? So what do people think? I guess we shouldn't have, 60 seconds would be a nice little thing.
Yeah. Well, I vote for 60 seconds of the national anthem if my vote counts.
Okay.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yep. He's nice and simple.
No time like the present. You wanna just go for it, Kat?
Sure, not a problem.
All right. I'm gonna mute.
No.
I just start singing.
It's all on you. Go for it.
Yeah, why don't everybody, and then I'll do a 3, 2, 1, and you could go ahead.
Okay. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose rush stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight? O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ran clear, the bells bursting in gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Wow, that was exceptional.
That was great.
Oh, thank you.
And you nailed it literally in 60 seconds. I guess that's how long we probably should have checked to see how long the song took.
I really enjoyed that. So what was your full name? Because it was Kat?
Yeah, I go by Kat.
What was the name on the email? Just so I...
Sharondas@gmail. And it,
got it. Okay.
You know,
All right. I just want to make sure that I check you off there.
Kat, have you ever had tree work done yourself? Ever had somebody work on like a tree for you?
no, I need somebody to work on a tree. I just got a house last year.
Oh, congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
You know what event you're singing for?
Excuse me?
You know what
I
this
just
event
got a
is that you're
house last
singing
year.
for? Or if you...
Actually, I've only had the Craigslist ad, and so I didn't get a chance to look into it.
Oh, wow. Well, we're hosting a large national event for tree care workers. So if you get selected to sing at this event, you'll certainly be able to find a good price on some tree work. And if not, maybe Chad can come and give you an estimate. He's quite a good climber.
Awesome. That'd be great.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Do we need anything else from Kat, Sarah?
Nope. I have I'll just follow up with you on email.
Okay, thank you.
Great.
I thought Kat was excellent.
Thanks for
Thank you,
coming.
Kat.
Yeah. So
Thank you. Excellent. Thank you.
So we had 4 that responded confirming that they would join.
All right,
At
well, hopefully
least-
the next one.
Yeah, at least if they don't, we know we have a pretty good backup.
Mhm.
That Kat is literally our #1 audition so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Okay,
I
well,
read it.
while we wait for some other people, I have a couple updates. We got Nats signed up to do a class. I don't know if Kale is able to show the class schedule,
I
but
can
Nats is
get
going to
it
do
up.
Nats is going to do a cool class on first aid, which is exciting. From DMM, instead of doing 2 classes, they're going to do 3 classes. They're going to do a rigging 1 on Friday and a rigging 2 on Saturday, and then on both days they're going to do the same climbing class offered twice, which will be a Hitch Climber's Guide to the Canopy. So we requested CEUs for that, and then we added the Nats class, which will be on first aid. So that'll be that'll be a new one for the schedule as well, something that doesn't overlap.
So I still have yet to. I have to update this schedule here.
The live schedule on the website.
The live schedule that I'm showing right now, I haven't done it yet. But yeah, we'll put the Nats in, and then everyone can kind of plan accordingly to what they want to come out and do while they're here.
And we're also still adding sponsors if there's any sponsors out there that are interested in showcasing a booth. We just added Husqvarna and Echo.
That's right. And you can just email media@treestuff.com if you're interested in sponsoring or want to learn anything about the event. Or you can also go to www.treetopiausa.com to find out about it. We're having signs made for all of the event areas and all of the games, and then a couple sponsor recognition signs. And I think we were aiming for like 3 feet by 2 feet for those, Sarah.
Yeah. Something you could see like at least 20, 30 feet away.
Yeah. And I think we'll probably go with like a vinyl versus the flat election sign, something that can be rolled up.
Use for next time. Sustainability.
Yeah, so we didn't put the sponsors on the actual event signs, but we're going to do a couple big sponsor banners.
Yeah. And there'll be maps and things set up around the park so people, and QR codes to scan so you could look at your schedule, look at where things are.
Yeah, I don't think we'll do a printed map. Everybody has a cell phone, right? So like I think we'll just do the QR code, and then we can use that same banner again next year and just change what's on the webs, like the app, the map and the schedule that's on the site. And that way, you know, Lance is always hammering us, gotta be more sustainable, guys. We only get one planet. And this way we're not messing that stuff up. Somebody else reached out about coming, and I don't know if you had replied.
So I do have another question while you're looking at that. So, you know, as we're developing more of around the entertainment and things, what do you think about a petting zoo? Or is that just going too far? Maybe have some goats? I don't know. Is that going a little to like the kid area? Kids like goats? I mean, maybe like miniature goats where they could.
A petting zoo might be too far, but I do feel compelled to ask if there's been any progress on the military flyover.
Yeah, I don't know. That was something Sophia was going to ask the military.
Sophia, did you fill out the form?
Did you talk to the military?
Did we qualify? Like a national event?
I was not really aware of what's going on.
We sent you the form, Sophia.
I
Okay, in all seriousness, we're going to send you the form for the military flyover. Will you try to look into it this week and see if it's possible?
mean,
Because we really want the planes to fly over at the end of the national anthem.
yeah, and if we can't get that, I'm just thinking of the audio. We have like dual surround sound of audio going, you know, you can. And
I think she thinks we're not serious, Sarah. Will you?
No, pretty serious.
Will you tell her that we're serious, please?
I'll write it in an email.
So I don't know anything about that kind of stuff. If it's a simple form, I could fill it out as a favor. But if there's anything else beyond that, I'll have to turn it over to you.
Yeah, I don't know. None of us know anything about it. I would just say YOLO it and go for it.
I'll connect with you offline, Sophia.
The event really won't be the same without a military flyover as it would be with the flyover. So, Sarah, you did get the stilt walkers and the fire dancers for the day and the night side of the party.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out when we should have the stilt walkers, because should we have them both days during lunchtime? I mean, because they can only walk around on stilts for up to 2 hours, anything past that. So what's the best? And they're going to be holding, one of those frames so people could take pictures with them, the Treetopia frame stuff to share on social media. So when is the most ideal time? Or we only have it one day.
I would say maybe do it on day one and then also book a 2-hour slot for the party.
Oh, okay. So only Friday, so nothing Saturday.
Yeah, just Friday day and Friday night.
Got it. I did. What?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead with the stilt walkers.
No, I'm past the stilt walkers.
Okay, so I did get a 60-foot obstacle course, inflatable.
Yeah.
So that's something we need to figure out where on our map that's going to go. So I think me and Rob are going to meet up on site next week, kind of generally sketch everything out. So what I'm going to need from you guys is like how much of the space your games take up. If you could, in the sheet, each of your games kind of put out like the square footage, like the human claw game, is that going to be 20 by 30 or, what is the general footprint of that?
Can we get some more of Walnut Avenue, Sarah? I think because we've got the crane zone, right? We've got the loader challenge. He wants to build like a big course, right? Mm-hmm. I know we had talked about like asking for more of Walnut. I think we should try to get Walnut.
Expand it?
We should just try to get Walnut for the length of the park.
Okay.
If we get that, we have no space concerns, and we can move things around as needed. It'll really give us the flexibility we're looking for.
All right, I'll just have to update the permit stuff. So.
Yeah, or even if we could just get one lane of Walnut and we could cone it all the way off or something, but it'd be better to get the whole thing.
Halfway, so I just need to do one more street, and then we'll just have to change around the traffic control plan. So it's not, I don't think it should be a price difference. I just need to revise the plan for it.
I would go for it then.
Okay, yeah, just to be safe.
I know it's like maybe kind of late to be throwing new things into the mix, but what do you think about like a piece of performance art, right? So we can get like a primed canvas. I started painting recently, so I've been like doing all this crazy. I'm an artist now, not really, but we could get like a 6-yard primed canvas and stake it out on the ground, and then let people swing over it with a can of spray paint, and everybody gets like 2 swipes, and then at the end, like we have a piece of art that we could cut out and like hang up at your guys' mill or at one of your offices or something.
You could get those pressurized containers, chemical containers, so it shoots further. Because I think a spray can, you got to be pretty close.
Yeah, so we'll let you like swing right over it, and if you hit it and smear it a little bit, that's all part of the art.
Should they just do finger painting and just like?
No, that takes like the performance out of it, and it's not like it wasn't created on rope. So
my brother is a muralist and does all of the murals for like the Warriors, Niners, Steph Curry and stuff. So I can see if I wrap it up as like a community project, because they like to do a lot of community work. Maybe we could have like live art going on with the action happening at the same time. Or even if he just facilitated it, right? Like he could help people select the color, tell them where to aim, right? And then like they get to swing across it and just like make one strike. Yeah, I feel like we should have a good base of an image so that it just doesn't look like a bunch of. I'm not actually an artist, so we could leave the direction of it up to your brother. But I think that like if we can find a way to create like a performance art piece during the event by tying in like the on-rope aspect of tree climbing, that would be really cool. I like it. I like the idea of having them swing into it, but
I think we'd have to come up with something where not everybody's swinging from the same side, because otherwise we just have one direction of lines.
Yeah,
going,
we could put up like a couple platforms, and you could pick which platform you swing from.
Yeah,
So
that'd be
when
fun.
you think of a platform, how do you do that?
You just put a log down, and you just jump, like step onto the log. I mean, you wouldn't have to be very high, right? Like you only have to be 3 or 4 feet off the ground, and then you just swing out over it, make your strike, and you're done.
Okay. Well, Lance is the log guy, so we're going to be setting up lots of
We can
logs.
also move the canvas.
That is true. Yeah, we can just spin the canvas. You're right.
We can move the canvas.
I feel like this should be like on the wish list when we have time. So we're still wanting to do the whole, hang the punching bag from the log loader.
So we got we got cut off.
The swinger get creative.
If you guys can supply the loader, I say we go for the flying bear hug. Absolutely. And based on what Cyrus said, it seems like we're going for it.
I think so.
So,
Yeah.
so the idea for the flying bear hug, Chad. So you put up your big loader truck, right? And we're gonna put a platform on top of it. So we'll put a couple like 2x6s across and some plywood. Bing bang, nail it down.
Yep.
And you'll climb up there. You'll stand up there, and the arm. So like person standing here, and the loader arm will be here, and it'll have a punching bag held up, and then it'll also have one of our auto belays on it. And the auto belay will come to the person, and then the person will jump off the platform, issue a very loud yell, and they have to hug the punching bag. And if they can hold on to the punching bag for 2 seconds, then we'll move the punching bag 12 inches farther away. And whoever holds the record at the end of it will win a prize. Look at Rob's face. I can just tell. He's like, yeah.
I love it, man. I'm all in.
Right? I mean, because eventually it's going to end up like 7 or 8 feet away, right? And you're going to see people like jump in, hitting it, and then fall into the ground.
Well, Rob's definitely going to be the one testing it out before we actually, open it up.
Sign me up.
You're going to have all the waivers, right? Are you handling all the waivers for everyone?
I will handle waivers, yes. I'll put that on my list of things to do right now. I'll probably just have like one generic waiver that covers any event, but to do the event, we'll just make you sign the waiver and then we'll just dump it in a box.
Yeah, include the bounce house. I feel like that's where most of the injuries are going to happen, if we have any injuries at all.
We've never had an injury at a tree stuff event.
We've never had a bounce house.
Like a twisted ankle. We've never even had a twisted ankle, so we're going to keep that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we liked the performance art idea. I think that'll probably be pretty easy to execute, so I'm just going to throw it on our list.
Do it.
And what I'll do is I'll order a piece of canvas out to the mill and just get it delivered there. And then your brother could do like the paint or whatever, that we could just go to Home Depot and get some spray paint.
Yeah, I'll have to
You're
bribe.
Lowe's, if you're Lowe's kind of people. So Chad, you're committing the super senior truck?
The super senior truck.
We need the super senior
Plus
to do
prime.
Oh, that
that
one.
one's prime for the flying bear hug.
You got to talk to Lance.
Thanks,
When
Lance.
does Lance
Counting
go?
on you.
Yeah, me and Lance have a lot of operational logistics to work out with all of our equipment. So
Yep, sounds good.
Lance is in. Lance is. He's
looking
awesome. I'll bet you he
forward.
rips on the car too.
yes, man.
I'm jumping off the platform.
He just wants to do it. That's why.
So Nick, nothing we can do with the waivers. You can have a waiver inside of Google Forms or Microsoft Forms and just have a QR code people scan and they put their information in, and then that's the waiver. So you just got to have the content inside the form, and that way we can do that instead of having a box and tons of paper and all those.
I mean, if we're comfortable with a digital waiver, I am comfortable with a digital waiver.
Yeah,
that's an easy one.
It might be harder for the person at the line to manage, but I guess you just make them scan it in front of you and they show you that they did it right there.
Or whoever's managing just somehow gets a ping on the backside of email. So every time someone signs up, you get a email saying that so and so signed in.
Yeah.
So we talked about it later. More detail on that.
There's gonna be a lot of people signing waivers. So we'll
Yeah,
see.
paper waivers might be
I
easier.
feel like it is.
Albeit a little less, because then like you just say, here, give me your waiver, and if they don't hand it to you, they're not in. It's a little less environmentally responsible. So Lance just,
We'll use recycled wood chips.
oh yeah, we'll use. Oh, there's the baby. Look,
Oh yeah,
what
I
a
had to.
cutie.
I had to keep him with me today.
Oh.
So
Disappeared.
The blurring background just took him. Cool. All right, let's see what else.
our other auditioneers did not show. So
Wow.
She's in.
So far, Kat has the job.
I think we had
Sterling is going to send a few hydration tents. So they're going to send some pop-up tents. And we can use those to put some like water under or something.
Yeah, I was just going to ask about that because part of our, I know we wanted to do like a initial swag bag. So we could include reusable water bottles in there. I already priced that out. So there'll be every person gets a Treetopia water bottle and they could just go fill up at these stations. So we don't waste any plastic bottles.
Oh, okay.
Can hydration tents just be what, Gatorade?
Yeah,
area?
absolutely. Just big water containers.
Yeah.
They're going to send the tents to cover them.
Oh, they're not bringing the containers for the water?
Good question.
So I also reached out to this other company that does hydration specifically for festivals.
Okay.
And they're just huge, like, I don't know how many gallons, but with spouts all the way around.
Okay.
Go and fill up. But I also think it's kind of pricey. So if we can do a workaround, it depends on what the manpower we have. If we have, someone to volunteer at these hydration places to fill up, then, fill up the containers.
That's what I needed to talk to you about. We needed a golf cart, I think, or like a little Polaris or something. At least one or two.
Do we have one of those, Lance? What happened to our golf cart?
We got trucks and stuff
Could we rent 2 golf carts?
to pull around a little hydration, guys.
No, to like pull around trash cans and like to get people and their equipment from like the trainers and staff members to get them their stuff like to and fro.
Just like a mule?
Yeah, just mules basically. I mean, 2 electric golf carts or propane golf carts would work fine.
Okay, 2 golf carts.
So we can look into it.
Yeah, I mean, ideally just like those little golf carts with the 4 seats and the little bed would be perfect.
Right.
Okay.
I just heard from Paul. This is exciting. Paul Tibbetts, you guys know him. He has confirmed 25 ISA CEUs, and he applied for the same amount from TCIA for the CTSP, which
Nice.
is cool. Yeah.
And that's for both days. So that's a maximum of 25 if you go to like every single class.
Yeah, so obviously you couldn't attend all the classes at once, but there are 25 available, but you could reasonably get 12 or 16 by yourself if you attended classes the whole time.
Okay. So
Yeah, that's a lot.
in terms of registration, I know we talked about wristbands. I think we do have it in the budget to get, trade show necklace badges so that people could actually see everyone's name. Because I think there's going to be so many people there that could meet one another.
It will dramatically, having named badges will make registration considerably more difficult unless we rent like a badging kiosk system.
Or they just write their name in.
If we just give them a blank badge with like the logo and everything and they write their name, then perfect, yeah. But if we only have one printed badge for everyone, then we have to have like only one point of registration, I guess. Or we could try to like alphabetize them all on tables behind.
I don't think it would be too crazy as long as we have everything pre-printed, alphabetized.
But we didn't collect every individual name with tickets, Sarah.
Yeah.
Oh, we did.
So if you bought 3 tickets, we didn't ask you for 3 names. We just sold you 3 tickets. So I think if you want to do badges, we just do badges and Sharpies and we have people we write their name on them when they register and hand it to them.
Okay. Yeah, I think it'd be nice to see where people are coming from, what company they're with. who they're with, all that good stuff.
You send the details for the badge size. Kale can design them, and I would say let's get 1,000 printed.
Okay.
Because we wouldn't be able to order more of those if we end up exceeding the target.
Yeah.
And then we don't need wristbands.
Yes, we might have wristbands for just general admission, but that's not very many. Because you know, you have the classes and you have the general admission.
So we'll just order some generic wristbands for general admission. And then we'll order the more targeted badges.
Yep. I could work with Kale on that.
Yep, doesn't sound too hard.
We booked hotels, we booked air traffic. We'll be there the Sunday after, so we're going to use your mill space, Lance, to organize and manifest all of our event gear.
Okay.
The pandemic has not been kind to our event gear management, and it's kind of just like all lumped together. So we're sending essentially like all of our event gear out to you guys. So it'll be a lot of stuff, and then we're going to try and reorganize it so that the next event isn't that way.
Okay.
We got events, event posters. Kale's going to order those. He's going to order the touchdown targets. Those are done. So that'll be really fun. That's where people like jump off the platform and swing and land on the target to get points. And Krista Stratting, the Notch athlete, is going to run that event, and it'll be on Rope Runner Pro, which will be really cool. We solved electricity, Sarah?
Yes. We have a solar generator and for the main park, and then we're just going to have a bunch of backup generators, and we also have the Admiral's Mansion that we could plug into.
Great.
But like Lance said, it's an old house, and we don't want to worry about like, you know, breakers and all that kind of stuff. So we'll have a few backups. We have two of our tech guys on AV, so they're going to be doing all the setup and stuff Thursday.
And we got AV for the areas that we
I
need.
have the quote for AV, so I just need to make sure we have everything.
Okay.
We're going to have PA systems in the places that we need. I also got a quote on translation equipment. We had quite a few requests for Spanish speaking. And so I think the most logistical way to do it is to have two groups, depending on the needs, but two groups of maybe like, 20 people. And there's a translator and the 20, everybody has a receiver, and they just kind of decide which, they have a class to class thing. So they're just going to go into whatever classes. That seemed to make the most sense to me rather than having one or two classes in Spanish.
Yeah, let's do it. And then they can just decide ad hoc which class they go to.
Yeah, it could kind of be on a vote, or we could set up the schedule. It kind of depends on who's.
I like letting that group come up with it.
Okay.
They can be democratic about it and deal with the majority. They can just go with the majority.
Yeah.
What else do we need?
T-shirts?
T-shirts. I can do T-shirts. I can get them there in time. But if we're going to pay for them, I need to sell some. I know we had talked about doing a registration booth and keeping it open the whole time for like information and first aid. Do we think that whoever we have staffing that, which I believe is somebody from A+, we had talked about, can we sell T-shirts using like our Square receivers?
Yeah, we could figure, we're going to have a concession stand, so we could have that kind of like next to it, right next to it. We'll have like a swag tent / concession stand.
So I'll order the shirts then. We'll order them, and I was thinking that we would do a couple hundred shirts to sell / give away, and then maybe a set of like high visibility shirts for like staff, and then a different colored shirt for presenters.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of go with a standard assortment, and I can come up with the right number for those, and we can get those ordered this week.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, let's work on the design together, because I did a couple of color variations. Like I did only black and white one, so you don't have to do full color.
Okay.
The logo. So
Kale
I'll
will
work.
touch base with you on that, and I will work on the logistics of sourcing the t-shirt blank, the price for the t-shirt, and then the quantities for the 3. But we're going to need 3 designs: one high vis blank, one a black or neutral blank for like everybody else, and then like maybe a second brighter color for the people that'll be wearing them all day, the presenters.
Got it.
Alrighty.
Sounds good. Well, kind of disappointed about these auditioners that you even incentivize them.
If you hear back from them and you want to line up another live audition, we can fill in a spot later this week.
Yeah.
Or we can just kind of say that the cat got the vote. I thought she did great.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and Sarah, what about, we also want to kind of throw it out there to all of our team members and see if there's anybody, any one of our workers or family members or kids that might want to sing the national anthem as well. That would be pretty powerful on our side.
Yeah. Anyone on the call too, who wants to audition.
I can sing.
I think Rob can sing.
I mean, my
I
wife
know
can
Chad
sing.
can sing. There's nothing that Chad can't do. Sophia can probably sing too. Oh, and I got Sophia to smile for the first time on the call
I'm
today.
keeping my day job.
If we can get Jenna down there, if we can get her flight down there, she can sing.
Who's Jenna?
I'm trying to get my
yes.
wife a little bit of vacation
There
in
you go.
California.
Jenna can sing, so I'd be willing to take an audition from Jenna.
I'll have to talk to her about it. Before she...
It was a paid gig. I know Sarah had some money planned for
Oh,
it. We
there
weren't
we
asking
go.
anybody to do it for free.
Bring her in, Kale. Just bring her in the room.
No, she'd hit me if I tried to do that. Yeah, that's not going to happen right now. Sorry. We got a baby. Does anyone have any other topics that we want to hit on?
Ooh, the Footlock event is all locked in, so we'll have our it's becoming a standard now for Tree Stuff events, but our head-to-head low altitude footlocking hanging from the crane at the after party on Friday night, and we will also have the crane holding up the ninja ladder during the main event. I'm really excited. Chad, I'm gonna need you to help me, probably you and Rob, to help us build the ninja ladder. So we'll have the rungs. We don't have any obstacles for it, so we'll have a lot of rope and kind of some other stuff. But we'll need to build that on Wednesday or Thursday, probably Wednesday.
Is that setup take a long time? Like, would we be able to use the same crane for the park as well as the after party, or do we have to have 2 different cranes?
Yeah, so once the ladder is built, you just lift it up, and then when you're done with it for the day, you just set it down, drive away, come back the next day, and just literally lift it right back up, and it's set up again.
Okay, so it'll be easy because to move, if our after party starts at 6 and the park kind of general area closes down at 4, we'll have plenty of time to move the crane from one.
It's as simple as dropping the ball to the ground, unhooking it, and packing the crane up.
Okay, cool.
Easy. I think that covers everything that I had on my list for today. I'm so excited. You know, we're less than a month out now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to remind people we're probably going to sell out of camping. So that for me, I think the overnight camping is a big part of the draw.
Mm.
You know, it kind of completes that festival atmosphere, and it's bound to get a little wild, but it should be fun. So if you want to get one of those camping spots, we will be checking camping permits, kind of. Because it is going to be space restricted. So if you want one, to the audience, please get one.
There are limited RV sites or spots. There's no hookup for the RV, but any just place to park. And if those go, I mean, if we're on an island, it's an island off of the coast of Vallejo. And
Kind of an island.
Kind of an island. And there's a lot of space to park if we can't hold.
It's rogue though. Once we run out of our spot, you're kind of on your own.
On the side of a road or something like that. But,
Yeah.
you know, you could probably find a place. But you're on your own.
Cool. Anything else from the group?
Other than that, Well, okay, I'm excited we secured a great entertainment for the after party. It's a DJ plus a 5-piece band. So 2 percussion, 2 trumpets, and something else. I don't remember what it was.
Jeez.
So
This is awesome.
the whole experience. And we're using the drummers for the parade that goes from the park to the after party.
Oh, so should we so let's say that I own a tree service in Northern California. Can I bring my bucket truck and be a part of the parade?
If you want to drive your bucket trucks with all the fuel costs over to the island just for a parade, I mean, why not? Sure. Should we have?
So there you have it. You heard it from Queen Sarah. If you want to be a part of the parade, all you need to do is come find us on site Friday before lunch, and we will give you the deets for getting your equipment in the parade. You got a crane, a log truck. If you want to just ride a mini skid and just bounce it down the road like this, right? You can do that too.
Skids.
If you want to ride a little mini up on the front with a log and just kind of push it in a tilt while you're bouncing.
Yeah.
Rob's like, oh, I want to do that. And Chad's like, that just sounds like a job site to me.
You want to ghost ride your skid steer?
You can do that. We're going to have a big parade celebrating all the iron of tree work as we move from the one location to the other location.
Yeah. That'll be Friday, right around 5:30.
Yeah. I did not send all of our rebar. We have a whole rebar collection that we use for events, and it's super duper heavy and dangerous to ship. It always tends to fall off the pallets and stuff. Do we anticipate needing rebar or snow fencing for area control, Sarah?
Lance?
Possibly, yeah. I mean, because right now we would want to wrap that around, whether it's game zones or that kind of stuff. If we want to restrict people, or at least throw caution tape up.
Yeah.
All the rebar will have to have caps and everything.
Rebar
it's probably cheaper to buy rebar than it is
than ship it for sure.
Than ship it.
I mean, yeah, we could just use cones and caution tape.
You might need several. I mean, we would use a few hundred pieces of rebar for a normal competition. Maybe we can just do it with logs, Lance.
Yeah, let's figure out some logistics as far as what we want to, wrap around and how much area we want, and then we'll.
Okay. When you guys go and kind of pencil everything out, think about that. It's a 5-foot piece of rebar is $1 or something. It's not very expensive. You just need to get it from a company that can cut it all for us.
Right, and we can cut everything too, whatever we need. If we want to buy cheaper 10-footers, and we can cut it over there too.
Well, I mean, if you want to buy 100 10-foot pieces of rebar, I'm sure we can use that this year and in following years and just keep it out there.
Sure.
Because we're definitely going to do this next year. And caps we can just buy on Amazon.
Right.
I think 100. If we had 100 pieces of rebar, or if you bought 50 10-footers, 100 pieces of rebar would help us at least.
Okay. And we're just talking the little 1/2 inchers or whatever.
Yeah.
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 All right, 100. Did you get that, Lance?
Yep.
All right.
You also order the caps, Lance?
Yeah.
Cool. And then we'll need a couple rolls of caution tape too. I can send those. We have
Lance, we have some caps and green T-bars over at the mill side, and also we have some snow fencing. So we'll use what we have also in supplies.
Okay.
Oh, great.
We'll go through our walkthrough.
Great. Well, I thought this was a really productive meeting. Let's plan on meeting again next week on the 14th, Thursday.
All right.
Does that sound good?
That works.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll televise that meeting too. Maybe not. We'll see. We'll see if people liked this or not.
Because we'll have a lot done Tuesday, Wednesday next week too.
Yeah, that's why I figured we'd set this for Thursday of next week. Give us a little breathing room. So I'll put it for the 14th for the same time, same group. And if anybody's not available, just please suggest a alternate time. Okay?
Sounds good. Thank
Can't
you.
wait to see everybody at Treetopia, July 29th and 30th in Vallejo, California. Kale?